MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by that grape that rolled under your fridge last week.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Come on, man. Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. Guys, welcome back here to our paper-strewn couch at the top of the hour here. I'd like to tell you to please like, comment, subscribe. Do those things right now before you further view this. Pause it like it's an instructional VHS. Click the like, subscribe if you hadn't already. We got new episodes each and every Thursday. And please drop a comment. Not even asking for love. It could be like, hey, what is this? This episode was bad, this and that. But we live and die by the algorithm. Drop those comments, you beautiful people. I'm just talking to Paulo and Mom.
And we love you, YouTube.
And we love you, YouTube, because we're frightened. We're frightened of what's happening. Shadow Man.
Yes, I agree.
Guys, welcome to our movie discussion realm. Today is going to be not a review of a movie, but an absolute hate fest for a man named Penis Moore. No, I'm sorry, Dick Moss. Today's movie is 1984's The Lift, a movie about an upstart ride-sharing company which will become quite popular in the mid-2000s. No, it's a movie about a killer elevator.
There's a man in the shaft.
It's been pitched to us by this one for quite some time, as many movies have throughout our friendship, and today we finally did it. Guess what? It's awful. Dick Moss deserves to die. And guess what? Beyond that, guess what, too? He remade this. He made this movie twice.
Last. Come on, Buster. Don't you get difficult now.
Now, you may say to yourself, if you're a B-movie enthusiast, as many of us are, as some of you watching may be, well, that sounds like a great idea. Hell, a killer elevator? We have killer sofa. We had friggin' killer rats, dachshunds, and things, and deadly eyes a couple weeks ago. That could probably work. Well, guess what?
What is it?
The little bit of scenes with the elevator do. They're
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
But what doesn't work is the rest of the movie, which is nothing but the most innocuous parts of day-to-day life put to film. Hey! Did you ever have a conversation with your wife about needing to buy toilet paper after work during breakfast while you're getting breakfast ready for the kids? Like if that was a movie. Hey, little banter back and forth. Honey, did you pick up the toilet paper? No, I didn't. Are you getting the kids after school? No, I'm not. Well, what's going to be for dinner tonight? Did you have the frozen peas? The kids don't like peas. That's the movie, except stretch that for 90 minutes. Guys, let's start the hate fest. Matthew, tell
Why
us
don't we
about
got to
it.
talk about our plot first?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Read
printed
the,
it somewhere.
Gotta read the back of the DVD.
Oh, yeah. Read the back of the DVD.
Don't pick it up. Read it from there. You dumb bitch.
All right, the story is,
Now the visual aid's not there for the episode.
in a building, a super technological elevator is hit by a lightning, and it starts to misbehave. There are three
That's
cars.
what happened?
Yeah, at the very beginning.
I thought that was just lightning.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
bolt of lightning.
I thought the goo was what did it.
Well, because at a certain point, while you weren't following the part, well, let me tell the story. So a building gets hit by a lightning, and an elevator, which apparently is controlled by a microchip that it possibly is reproduces itself, and so the elevator starts to kill people, and it's up to a technician who, for whatever reason, has to check the only elevator. Is the only elevator in all of the
An insane
Netherlands.
amount of dedication to
My
his job.
lift.
Yes, and it's a journalist to uncover the mystery, and they uncover it. And the evil guy, not the evil guy, but the guy from the company that builds the microchip gets killed by the elevator at the end. And he looks like Nosferatu. The end.
Dude, there is. Okay, I'll grant you. We have an opening scene that sets the tone nicely. You get a bunch of horny old bastards having some cocktails at dinner.
I don't think
They
that
start
sets the tone.
salaciously.
It sets a tone.
They start salaciously sweating all over each other in the stalled elevator. They start trying to have sex.
But it's like they're all on Molly, and they're like, "Oh my god, you can feel my arm. Oh my god, you gotta take your top off. Let's do it right here." I'm like, "You guys got a little toasted at a fancy restaurant. You're taking an elevator down to your car. Like, whoa, what?"
That died too.
Yeah, honestly, if we don't have audio on this episode, it's fine.
Yes.
That's your own fault.
So I don't know how to stress to you guys. Like sometimes on this couch, I feel the need to say this is not a comedic angle I'm taking to make fun of it. Like there are we have the opening scene, which is decent for it's a movie about a killer out of an elevator. Okay, that's
But they
the
also
opening scene I
don't
would
even
expect.
die. They get really,
With what's about to come, it's a decent opening
they get really
scene.
hot and pass out.
Somebody almost died in an elevator last night.
And the lift is slowly becoming sentient, so it doesn't kill them completely.
They
Yeah.
get really hot
Totally.
and pass out. The lift
That's what
is
happens.
slowly
The old
becoming...
man starts choking, and then
I guess that they had they died, probably the police would have sealed the building and there would have been no movie.
great. Let's do it.
The head scene, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm going to retract my comment slightly because I think after the head stuck scene, there's none other than like the girl gets her doll smashed and the thing breaks a chair.
What have you been up to? Look what you've done to your doll. Rat! Come with me. You're always into mischief.
Then we have a 15-minute in real-time breakdown of him trying to fix it when we realize there's slime.
I think
But-
there are 4 victims and 1 chair and 1 doll.
So to be brutally, in spite of myself, fair, those scenes for a movie called The Lift about a killer elevator are not terrible. I think the head trap scene is pretty good. I perhaps unfairly judged it for 1984, but I do think if you had a master of gore to get a really realistic looking head, that scene would actually be A+. I think, let's give a little bit of credit, that scene's not bad. That scene's what I think it would be. Other than those, of which he said there's 4, and only like 2 are cool, it is innocuous schematics, the movie, just a conversation with your boss in
The
passing
dubbing
that no
didn't
one...
help.
Okay, good point. Good
It
point.
kind of helped.
It
made the
both good
whole
points.
world very skewed. And
Both good
Yes.
points. Now, anyone that
everyone's
loves...
like over shouting their lines and really selling the
Out of the question. It can't be that. Our microprocessing systems always have strict tests in difficult circumstances. Don't forget, our reputation's at stake.
Yes. Uitgesloten. Onmogelijk. Onze microprocessorsystemen worden uitvoerig getest onder de zwaarst mogelijke omstandigheden. We hebben nu eenmaal een reputatie op te houden. Hè?
and the ers and ahs.
We should redub some of the scenes just to make it give a little more pizzazz and pepper through the episode.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Oh, you removed the stairs.
That is a great idea. What you guys are both right. Now we picked this is Dutch originally, right?
Yeah.
Have a Dutch accent, isn't that weird? This is Dutch originally. We opted to go with the subtitled version,
I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch.
which both of you are right. On one hand, it goes down smoother for a goofy bad movie watch. On the other hand, any of you who are even a mild fan of giant monster movies know about the look over there. Well, we did, that old cliche. We get that
That would be inconvenient just now.
firing on all cylinders. Every line's like this. Well, I got the kids' Cheerios. Well, what did you think was going to happen? There's a dish towel on the floor here. I've got to go investigate the lift. Well, I told them we'd meet for orange juice at 2.
Don't throw that away. The caps. I'm saving the caps.
We're spending a fortune on research. We value our reputation.
It turned out the chips were so unstable and irregular
They instantly started to reprogram in the computer.
Oh, you do not understand. It is just all the type of dialogue that they want to film. Hey, when you go home tonight, film a dialogue with your wife that no one would ever want to hear and slap it up in the movie theater this summer.
Not just that.
That's Dick Moss's vision.
This is the movie equivalent of a elevator repair manual. It's literally laid out. The amount of scenes that take place in various offices, various
close-ups on schematics,
blueprints, working on the elevator shaft, working on the elevator control panel, going back to the house, coming back the next day, working on the same control panel, taking the elevator up, taking the elevator down.
It became its
not
own...
even a joke that we literally just have close-ups of microchips, panels. The teacher the professor who's talking to them about the...
Oh my God! Do you guys remember when you would be in science class?
That's the scene where they say that the elevator can become...
Who could hear it?
But the most fascinating thing of all was these chips of protein lost control and reproduced themselves over and over again. The computer began to create its own chips.
It began to grow.
Do you remember when you were in science class and they put that thing with the thing that projects the light down, they put the slide on, it's up on the thing, and it's just the classic Ben Stein, dusty Wonder Years, like science class. It just feels like someone's pushing you into unconsciousness. You'll never be able to focus. That's this whole movie. And we get that actual scene with the science teacher droning on. Eventually, it almost becomes its own comedic language that you cut from a scene of one boring office to a scene of another boring storage closet to the scene of another boring kitchen, like just a rapid fire milieu of ennui. Jesus Christ, man, there's like some French ennui movie where people just literally navel gaze. They're literally looking at their belly button and they talk about like, oh, did you ever think about what farts mean? And that would be more of a cinematic achievement than this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stop talking about this completely plotless slop, and instead he's going to tell us about Dick Moss, the a-hole, who saw this and was like, oh, you know what? I could do it worse. Just give me a shot. You have no idea how close I can fly to the sun. I'm Kid Icarus, baby.
Hey, the past 10 minutes are unusable.
Because of my persona?
That's gonna be great.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Oh, there's an open manhole.
We now return to MaJaMa.
So please, tell us about this complete a-hole. Who is this man? Why did he make this twice?
Why is he still making films?
Mateo,
why hasn't he been stopped, man?
I don't know, but in the Netherlands, he's pretty successful, actually. He's made a lot of
money. Is Amsterdam fun?
Yes.
Yes. So this is not entirely indicative of everything he can do.
No.
But the remake with Ron Perlman, apparently.
The Shaft.
Isn't there literally a line in this where she says,
I should examine the entire shaft.
And it's such a huge missed opportunity for the guy who I think is kind of like that Carl from Aqua Teen character to be like, I got one right here, sweetheart. You can't even throw that in.
Wait, who was that guy?
You can say it about any character. You can say it about our lead.
He's the repairman who says I have to check the shaft.
No, there's the Alden Ehrenreich's dad.
Oh yeah, the guy that stopped Stone, the other one to stop Ted. Well, hold on. I want to hear more about Dick's. 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 I want to hear more about Dick's.
There's literally a scene where someone opens a travel brochure.
Yes.
And we literally watch in real time as he flips the pages of it.
Where did I put my travel brochures?
The upper drawer on the right.
Here they are. Yep.
And he says,
verite.
What drawer are the travel books? You know what? That sums up this movie, guys. That line, what drawer are the travel brochures in, sums up entirely.
It's nice because it's his office also. So
yeah, he's at his own desk.
What year was the remake?
1997. 94.
Really?
I want to say 2001 because I remember that it was supposed to come theatrically, but they pulled it back because they were afraid that with September 11 that just happened,
people suffered enough.
There were some reference, because even if it was shot in the Netherlands, but it was taking place
Dick.
in
towers
New
just
York.
came down. We got to schlep a remake of the.
Didn't Shaft come out around the same time?
Sorry?
Didn't Shaft come out around the same time?
No, probably a few years before. Yes, the Samuel L. Jackson one.
He's playing a crossover called Shaft in the Shaft.
But
I've had it with this
when this one came out in Italy, there was also a German movie called Misfortunes, which means out of order, and it's a story of 4 people. Trust me on this. 4 people who get trapped in an elevator.
Oh, right.
And somebody is
directed by Dick Maas.
Is a murderer. No, it's German, so it's not. And so it was conflicting that
bring in the elevator movie expert for this one.
2 elevator movies at the same time. It was very weird.
Excuse me, you need to have the layout of this movie theater better. I walked in expecting the Dick Maas masterpiece, the lift, and instead I get this German crap.
Especially a German drama in an elevator where 2 are conspiring, tells the other 2. You think that
huddled in the corner?
Exactly. You would think.
There they are over there.
I mean, you could do something like a phone booth or lock or something where you have an interesting story stuck in an elevator.
Yeah, but it takes place mainly in there.
What's Devil? Is M. Night Shyamalan elevator?
Devil is another one. Yes, it's.
What's it about? Elevator?
It's the devil.
That's satanic.
Then who is?
Come on, breathe. Right there. Come on, breathe. Breathe. Come on.
Please. It's her.
Write your favorite elevator movie in the comments below. So you've seen the remake?
Yes.
Is it equally as painful?
There's more probably because
how
lacks,
does the same dude make the same movie and make it worse?
You did it, kid. None of them believe you, but here it is.
It seems vaguely intentionally. I don't want to say goofy. Is not the right term. Not even campy, but it's strange.
To make a 2-inch hole in the pavement, so please be careful.
Has he talked about his inspiration? I mean, again,
has he talked about his aneurysm?
In theory, it's a good.
It's like elevator music.
Concept.
The movie. It's just so droll and boring and drawn out. And
there is no music.
Yes, I was going to say for the finale, they went with Deathly Quiet.
Our finale is 15 minutes in a dark elevator shaft. All you hear is the whistling wind of the shaft.
And a mouse.
And a mouse.
Or a rat.
Rat.
Look, it was an interesting point that Matteo made me realize that oftentimes an amateurish movie will try to pack it wall to wall with music, just never stopping. I picked up on that. That was a great lesson. There's confidence, perhaps like a stand-up comedian being unafraid to be quiet on stage for a moment, to pause. There's confidence in not always doing that. So you can have the quiet work to great effect, but after this boring slog, we come to our crescendo, and like he said, we are damn near literally in real time.
I felt like the movie was
crawling
choking me at that point. I felt like I literally
the shaft
couldn't breathe.
With no music. So picture it's deathly quiet. Oh, there's something outside. But it's deathly quiet, and a guy is working on an elevator. You guys have no idea. It's that
It's a
insane.
literal training video.
It's almost performance
Which you think
art.
we would love.
Yeah. And the music by Dick Maas, because he said that he
composed it?
Yes, he wants to compose the music so he can save money in hiring a composer, and so he can shoot more. Because the movie needed
what did you
some
spend
drama.
Money on?
I'm going in now. Oh, there's no floor in this building.
So Dick Maas is saving money by doing the music himself. He's like, hey, was crunching the numbers, If I go do the soundtrack on a Casio synthesizer in the broom closet at night as opposed to paying someone else, I can include this extra killer scene I wrote where him and the wife talk about fabric softener for 5 minutes in real time.
What are you doing?
Let me run this by you guys quick. So he comes in, he says, "Honey, my shirt feels a little rough." She says, "Wait, I thought I bought the fabric softener." He says, "No, I don't think you did." She
Plus,
says,
there's
"No,
no
did you
resolution to the wife thinks
the affair.
The
I was
wife
about to say.
thinks the husband's cheating on her because
There's no resolution.
friends see him at dinner with the reporter.
Look, it's Felix. Hey, he's with another woman. I knew it. I knew he had a girlfriend. That no good shit.
Who they're working on uncovering the story with, and there's nothing comes of that.
Similar to the utterly boring love triangle in Deadly Eyes. What was the point?
That's unbelievable.
I thought about that. We end, and they even play it as their kind of, I guess they're playing it as him and the reporter are cute together now?
No.
No?
They're just friends.
She just like saves him.
They've been through an adventure together. So our big reveal at the end
is goo.
Warm
liquid goo
on
phase.
the control panel.
Yes.
That was the big reveal at the end of Dad.
Okay, I got it. I got it. So we spend 15 minutes in a dark elevator shaft with this asshole in a jumpsuit, waving his flashlight around, trying to find the control panel, and then he does.
Yeah, because
and then he's like, "Oh, there's some blue goo dripping down it." Oh my God, it's a monster!
He opens originally the panel that's supposed to keep has all the
by the big company that's been putting money
and it's
into
empty.
this. Yeah.
And he
oh my God, there's some blue goo dripping down it. That's how the Smurfs porn I just rented ended. She smurfed all over Smurfette's face.
Okay.
We don't know if the Smurf semen is blue, but in that joke it was.
Yeah, it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
What were you saying?
So he starts stabbing it with a screwdriver, and then the lift tries to kill him.
Yeah, going up and down. And
but like we honestly can't.
Here's the action of
like
the last
it
scene.
lightly grazes the back of his
tries to
jumpsuit.
Stab the
cut it
control
up.
panel with a screwdriver. The lift then starts
And
going up and down.
There's no tension. There's no building of crescendoing of music. You literally see him like he's like someone's like scratching his back too hard. When
Ow! Come on, that's really starting to chafe.
When the elevator's starting to go up and down and try to knock him off, I'm like, wait, is it hitting him? Is he? What's happening?
Hey, what happened?
Is this a malfunction or is it a sentient being?
I was only sleeping.
We now return to
MaJaMa. Look at that. It's heading up. Let's go up. Huh? We'll grab him when he gets out. Come on. Hey, wait for me.
He won the Festival of Avoria.
How? Of what? On what? Were any other films entered in the competition?
It can only be a of the time type thing.
No.
Like in the 80s.
No.
It was.
We've seen plenty of 80s films that we love and know.
No. But at least it shows the beautiful countryside of the Netherlands.
Oh, it looks like just very bleak and square, and everything's a gray cinder block type building, and the hospital and the play place and the McDonald's and
it's an unjoyous movie.
Everything looks just awful and the same. You can't tell one building apart from each other.
It's a pity.
So the elevator, the main scene is the beheading of the guard,
which is again, especially compared, it's pretty great.
And I have to say, which was apparently how they realized it, aside from the fake head, is shot backwards to avoid for the elevator to actually kill the guy.
I did like
him was going up following the elevator, and then they're putting in reverse. So it looks like the elevator is.
I liked it. It was a simple but good effect.
The other security guard couldn't give couldn't care less about him.
Dude,
he's just like, oh,
No, but there's a part, and I guess they were trying to play it as him being, I'm stuck in the fear, but the guy knows the lift's coming down, so he starts screaming just for some people, like, are you still there? And the guy's just not going to say anything.
Like, how are you not trying to pry the doors open? Or he even waits, like, the guy's like, oh, my head's stuck. The lift's coming.
There's a man in the shaft.
Help me, damn it! Help me! Get me out, do something!
And, like, the guy's like,
oh,
okay, let me come and help you try to get the doors open. And they're stuck.
I'm sorry, I got a text from my wife.
Yeah, but what
You're texting in 1984?
I'll call the police. Do you have the number?
What?
Oh, Jesus, the lift's coming down. The lift.
Then there is a little girl who plays with the elevator, and then she seems fascinated by the gap underneath it, which.
And her doll gets crushed somehow, but we don't even see what happens.
Sorry, her
doll
doll,
gets
yes.
crushed. There's the blind guy.
The blind guy.
Who's signing
I laughed when he fell down the shaft.
Something for an apartment. And he just kind of walks into, this is Mr. Magoo. He just walks into an open elevator shaft and dies.
Yes.
And then the body's down there the next day. Like when the head comes off the
after they find the head.
Security guard just falls right on top of the body.
I had one of the most beautiful, dumb 3-year-old brained laughs when they're shoving the papers for the blind guy to sign. It's like, yep, just sign right here. Okay. And then one more right here. And then the idea of him just shoving a paper in big black letters that says this person that signed below likes cock. And yep, just went to, and the guy, like that, envisioning that made my 3-year-old brain. That was probably the highlight of the movie, was envisioning that scene. More so than anything Mr. Dick put on the screen.
He literally deserves to have his neck stepped on and his head crushed in with a mallet.
Seriously,
how do you put something like this together? How do you cut it? How do you write it?
The process is very complicated. It's just they take several movies.
How do you write this kind of? And once again, there could be a translation.
No,
from
there can't.
Dutch to English.
This movie is like if Quentin Tarantino was a bored housewife sitting next to you at the salon and just fired out a rapid-fire dialogue, but instead of these zingy pop culture references, it was like, here's how a laundry machine works. Here's what I do when my laundry machine works.
There's
like,
so much technical
you don't understand.
Knowledge
You think we're just
told to
joking.
us about how elevators work, the schematics, how they're set up.
I could never do a job like that. It's just too difficult. You happy working with this stuff?
Oh, sure. It's easy once you're trained. It's air circulation going through the shaft. It causes vibrations in the lines.
Oh.
It's nothing really to worry about.
The lift is in order. Brooker gave it a checkup last month, inside and out. He spent several weeks in the job, was completely satisfied.
In a lift, you have a mechanical section and an electronic section. Now, the electronic section guides the lifts and sees that they don't all stop at one floor at the same time.
Someone who works for your firm checked the electrical installation on one of the lifts I was repairing this week.
It's possible. We check all our installations regularly.
All right, well, did you get the blueprints? Put them out here on the table. Well, he's the repairman. Look here, this is the wire.
I thought it was a 70s TV movie because it seems like there's so much
almost a Killdozer
filler,
vibe,
yes.
which was amazing. Killdozer was amazing.
Yeah, don't
I'm just saying that type of aesthetic and pacing almost the.
But like you just look at it like, well, how could this be theatrically released?
It was.
In America?
That I don't know.
All right, at least
well, if it was dubbed, probably yes.
If you guys can finagle an oh my God! I was just gonna say if you can finagle an elevator manual, wasn't that a friggin' plot point? Who took the elevator manual? You knew.
No, it's the register of the repairs and.
Brooker, you'd been working on that lift for quite a while. Who took the book? People have been killed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the elevator manual. It's the registry of repairs.
Yes. Well, he goes to see his ex-coworker who's now been admitted to the psych ward. His hands are all bandaged up, but he's barely, he's incapable of speaking or even acknowledging.
Well, he's terrified by pudding.
Yeah. Wait, but why? What did he see?
Oh yeah, what was the pudding on the wall?
Just
the
one
goo?
of the other
Yeah, probably
patients
his
through
taboo, something.
I was looking at the goo on the wall and I thought of the goo in the elevator shaft. All right, get
like
to bed, Grandpa.
unless you witness someone get killed, which is unlikely because they would have heard about it at the building, which apparently is a restaurant.
You name them, we got them. Restaurant upstairs, real estate, import firm, offices, but most of it is vacant.
Like, what would he have
Absolutely
witnessed?
terrible.
What would he have witnessed that would have horrified him that much to go?
Why does he suddenly show up at the end?
movie.
Who let him out? Who let him out? Why does he stumble in at the end?
Dick Moth?
No,
the guy who arrives at the end is the guy from the company that produces the chip.
The bald dude who
eventually shoots at the elevator.
What? It's not the mental patients?
No.
His hands were all, he couldn't even hold a gun.
What is the point then?
His digits were all wrapped up together. How could he pull the trigger? So wait, the bald dude in the car was the guy who was the
head of the laboratory that you could go in.
But the other guy.
Oh, the other guy was the director of the building or something like that.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving now. Do me a favor and open the gate for me.
I can't. The gate is broken.
I'm sorry.
Dick Maas directed also some episodes of The Young Chronicles of Indiana Jones.
Oh, God!
And he wrote and directed Prey.
The Predator?
What?
No.
Okay.
Another one.
Oh. I was going to say, that was really going to be
where there was a lion.
Threw me for a loop.
A lion that goes around in Amsterdam, and they asked the company that made the special effects for Life of Pi to do the lion, and they say, yes, it's going to be about a third of your budget. Okay, give me a puppet.
Wait, how is he? He's made some...
In the Netherlands, it's pretty prolific.
This is cinema for them?
I guess, yes.
I got used to it later.
Like you said, where's all the tulips? Where's all the windmills? Where's all the clogged shoes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Dr. Evil, can I make a movie about the killer elevator? How about no, you freaky Dutch bastard?
If you really think about how you're going to make a movie about a killer elevator, you can't be killing every day because it'd be like, okay, just don't take the stairs. For God's sake,
we should note that the tagline is take the stairs.
Take the stairs. For God's sake, take the stairs.
Just A+ material all around in this thing. Does anyone else have any dumbass things to add before we wrap
well,
this
I'm
up?
thinking, like, how would you actually make it
make it interesting? That would be
scary, interesting, or have more kills if it's just like at a certain point it's just...
Or making it more tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the premise is...
That's why I'm intrigued by Killer Sofa.
We should do
what I mean. I know it's definitely a B movie, but to what extent is the comedy and the self-awareness?
There is also I want to say Killer Bed, but I don't remember. I mean, it is of a Killer Bed. I'm not 100% sure about the title. Which there is a very peculiar scene of a guy who gets the bed is dissolving his arm, and he's pretty calm.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah,
whatever. So.
Well, you never know what can happen.
Let's express our feelings
your voice. You are killing every episode.
Let's express our feelings by throwing pieces of paper.
Yeah, nothing. There's this. Fuck you. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, Matthew.
I'm more pragmatic.
It doesn't deserve it, Mateo.
No, I go with 4.5.
He's got a soft spot.
Because yes, I have a soft spot
for Dick.
That's a soft dick. What? Simply because it's like a movie like Slugs.
Jesus Christ, those things are big.
I told you they were big.
Big, they're gigantic. Damn thing bit me.
Doing a movie about killer snails, it's ridiculous in itself, and a killer elevator is ridiculous in itself. The execution, not so much, but it's funny. It's inherently funny, the idea of saying, "Oh, that's the killer. Okay, let's not go there," and that's it. You have alternatives.
Yeah.
Take the stairs.
Yes, exactly.
I'm utterly disgusted by your boat, Mateo.
Well,
happy now.
5 all across. I'd like to end this
yeah, I'd like to end it too.
Episode with a little joke for our Spanish-speaking friends. We don't need Dick Mas. We need Dick less.
And where is the joke?
Live Mas. Mas means more.
Talking about Taco Bell?
Yeah.
I wonder if Dick Mas ever pulled up to a Taco Bell and was like, "I'm ready to live Mas, baby. It's old Dick, director of the Lift Mas, here in your drive-thru." And like, why does he do this every week? We don't know.
What would you like, sir?
MaJaMa.
Guys, from our couch to yours, I hope you click that like and subscribe, because we're coming back next week with more
whether you like it or
bad
not.
movies, whether you like it or not, which you probably don't, because you're not commenting. But from our couch to yours, from Matthew Ellsworth to my buddy Mateo to me to Tomas, this was a jam. Going down like the lift, and we're still going down further. My God, someone end the episode before we descend into hell.
MaJaMa.
In 2001, director Dick Mas shot The Shaft, the American remake of his 1983 movie, The Lift. But in between, in the Netherlands, he went behind the camera several more times. Here you have a quick list of movies he made after The Lift. The Loft, The Raft, The Drift, The Shift, The Craft, The Tuft, The Waft, The Sift, The Aloft, The Thrift, The Draft, The Fifth, The Croft, The Taft, The Gift, The Swift, The Theft, The Soft, The Left, Zoloft,